It's been a dumpster fire in the MLB so far with all the postponed games. We're running out of time to finish the season, so we've made some changes to bring excitement, haste, and most importantly, ensure that every player is safe from COVID. To make stats more aesthetically pleasing, batting averages will now be graded on a curve. If the game is tied after 9 innings, then it goes to sudden death, first bunt wins. We don't have the time. If a player balks a sneeze to try and get the runner off base for a quick tag, then the runner gets to advance one base. We're going to place a cardboard cutout of Louis Gohmert somewhere in the stands, and if a player banes a homer off him, that's worth 3 runs times the number of runners on base. If the bases are loaded, that's a 9-run play. And if there's no one on base, then that's worth 0. It's a risky play. To help reduce the amount of times a baseball is passed around, if a player achieves an unassisted triple play, then they win the game. If we suspect a team of sign stealing, we're just going to post vague information about it on QAnon and just let fans have their fun drawing their own conclusions with the hashtag #SaveOurSigns. We've also been asked by the Cabal to donate Kurt Schilling's 2004 ALCS bloody sock. We're not sure why, but we're looking into it. The World Series is airing on Fox this year, so if a player tries stealing a base and then objects to the call, you may hear the play-by-play announcers call it as "protester loots home with bat." The Billy Goat curse? A Democratic hoax went away like a miracle in 2016. If you're boycotting the MLB this year because players are kneeling during the national anthem, we want to hear about your concerns. So please handwrite us a letter and just address it to your best guess as to our location, and then find a mailbox. Just let Jesus take the wheel on that one. We are now drug testing for hydroxychloroquine and oleandrin, not because it's performance enhancing, but because we think that players maybe had an unsafe amount of concussions. The punishment for butt slapping has been increased from off-putting to a 1-game suspension. Spitballs are now a 3rd-degree felony. The singing of "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" has been deemed insensitive and tone-deaf by fans this year. So instead, during the 7th inning stretch at all Cubs home games, we're just going to wheel Bill Murray out there and just have him sing Jaws of Love Story. The 1919 Black Sox, Rose, McGuire, Sosa, Bonds, and Bartman are all receiving presidential pardons. You get a pardon, and you get a... If the Sunday night baseball game gets canceled because of COVID, then ESPN is just going to air the 1993 Classic Rookie of the Year. If a plethora of games gets delayed, then teams will be forced to play sex headers. That's 6 games in one day and not a new, exciting, fun adult position. Every batter is allowed 1 step out of the box, 1 adjustment of the glove, and 1 sanitary wipe down of their bat. We're combining the 2 Chicago teams into 1 team this year, so their temporary portmanteau name will be either the Subs or it will be the Subs. Dodger dogs are now Newsom dogs, and the Yankees are now the New York Cuomos because they're the best. Forget about it. We're going to paint the Green Monster wall at Fenway Park orange and make Steve Bannon pay for it. If a pitcher beams a batter, then we're just going to equip every player with a super soaker. And whichever team gets the least wet wins the brawl. It's going to be great, and get excited because remember, there's only 1 October! Maybe. We're probably getting shut down before then.